Hey, hi Suchi, hi Vikas, hello Sneha. A lot of people from Sneha team are joining us. Um, so yeah, and also a lot of folks from Udyam team. So yeah, welcome all. I hope we are able to learn more about WhatsApp groups automation, and we can explore how you all can try it out yourself in the coming week after this webinar. So without any further delay, let me quickly get started with the session that we have planned today. Um, just give me a minute. Okay, you can please let me know if you can see my screen. Um, right now it's just showing a welcome sign, welcome message.
Yes, Tejas.
Okay, cool, cool. Okay, thank you,
Yes,
Suchi.
Tejas. It's really good.
Okay, so this isn't something new. There are some of you who have attended this already, like a last month where we were doing where we had opened this for a beta testing trial. So some of you are attended this. This is just going to be repetition of that, but we thought we'll do it once again for a larger group of people. Um, so yeah, I think the overview of our today's session is to showcase the WhatsApp groups automation. This is what I'll take you through. So just setting the context with what is Glific chatbot versus what is this groups automation that we are thinking about? What's the difference between the two? Why are we sharing about this as a new feature and like a new automation? So then we'll go into why we felt there was a need to bring something like this to the platform. I will give an overview of what the feature, like what we can do with this thing. Then we'll have a demo where we'll ask you all to join two WhatsApp groups and then show you what it's like to do those actions from the back end of Glyphic, and then we can take up any questions. Towards the end of the program, I mean, towards the end of the session, we'll also probably ask you to share your feedback, and also if any one of you are interested, we can enable this for your team, for your organization, and you can try it out yourself in the next couple of weeks. So it's if you're already using Glyphic, this you don't have to pay anything new or extra. It just comes to Glyphic. There are some other charges involved, which I can get into later. So just starting with the context of what's like what is chatbot and versus what's groups automation. So as you all must be aware, like 90% of you are who have joined today, you already have a Glyphic platform, you already have a chatbot. So what a chatbot means is that your organization has a phone number and you can reach out one on one with the contacts that you have. So you can send them interactive messages, you can send them learning content, you can send them polls and nudges. You can collect their information, but all of this is happening with your one organization to as a one-on-one to all of your beneficiaries. There is you can't automate things inside a WhatsApp groups. Similarly, so essentially you can get them to do things like that, but it's all your your chatbot number to your beneficiary numbers one on one. But at the same time, you're talking to like thousands of people, but all of them are receiving from one number. Like let's say if it's Udyam bot or if it's FMCH bot or if it is Indus Actions bot. So they are getting it as directly from an organization. So they are not aware of how many other people are getting such messages. What are the other people responding to those messages, etc. And this is essentially a limitation put by WhatsApp that you cannot. So whichever phone number is linked to a WhatsApp business account, the WABA that we say, that cannot be added to a group. If you tried adding your chatbot number to a group, it will not get added. So it's a restriction that the WhatsApp by themselves they have created this restriction that you can't if you have like a chatbot linked to a number that cannot be added to a group. So you can't essentially send conversational flows that you create in your Glyphic to groups. So with that as the context, just giving you like overview of how your WhatsApp chatbot works. There's a Gupshup platform in middle where you recharge your money, where you recharge your account and you have created the app. There's a WhatsApp business API, and then there's your beneficiaries WhatsApp. So you create flows in you create flows in Glyfic. Whenever you send a flow or start a flow, or if anyone message to your chatbot, this is essentially uh, the path that is followed. You create a flow. When you start a flow, it is routed through Gupshup to WhatsApp Business API to your to the individual contacts WhatsApp. And then same thing. If there's any reply, it is routed through this thing, and then the message gets stored in your Glyphix database. Um, so with that as the context, uh,
Problems.
sorry. So I'll quickly share the why we decided to go ahead with WhatsApp groups automation. So here the problem statement that we understood from a lot of NGOs is that NGOs manage a large number of WhatsApp groups. It could be up to 100 or many times more than that also. Groups is obviously the place where there's a lot of like a social norming, and people can see what other people are doing, which encourages them to do more things, and clarity can be built for a lot of people in a less amount of time. So they orgs need to manage a large number of WhatsApp groups. And obviously, since there is no at the moment any features or any automation done to so therefore, for the team members involved in managing the WhatsApp communities or communities in general, a lot of manual effort is needed for sending messages, tracking engagement, moderating the discussions, gauging the sentiment of your community. Just like so to do all these things, suppose doing this across 100 groups will require a lot of manual effort. Every day someone has to type and send the messages, and understand what's the engagement like and things like that. So that is the essential problem statement. A lot of manual effort is needed. And we started off with taking Avanti Fellows as one of the like use cases. They manage about 100 to 200 groups of students. They send them weekly messages and nudges to progress in STEM learning, so mathematics or science or physics. They send learning activities to the students in the groups. The students are expected to do the activity and send a photo of their activity to a group, and they have deliberately kept it all this thing in a group setting, so that when one student or few students message in the group, then more students are then encouraged to respond in the group. And if there's any doubts or if there's anything that's been cleared, everyone is kind of aware of that. So essentially, Avanti Fellows reached out, said like there are a lot of, we're right now managing 100 groups, but in the next year we are going to manage 200 groups, in which case it will become extremely difficult to do this manually.
Uh, Tejas, shall I ask one question here?
Sure, please go ahead.
So, uh, I just want to clarify, are they managing that, as you already told, we cannot add the WABA connected number to any groups, right?
Yeah.
So, are they talking these groups as a collection, what we are doing in the आर चैट बोट कि हम लोग ने जो कलेक्शन में ग्रुप्स बनाए हैं कि देर आर सम लेट्स से science stream students, commerce stream students, and humanity stream students. Like three groups are there. So we are talking about these groups, or are these on a normal WhatsApp?
Yeah, they're on normal WhatsApp. I will get to the solution in the next slides, which will help you to understand.
Okay, we are not talking on the that chatbot number. This is different thing, right?
Yeah, this is it's a completely different number and thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the problem statement. Like so the essential, like the crux of the problem statement is they have all these groups, and they have a chatbot, but their chatbot cannot be part of these groups. So essentially the chatbot is useless if they are continuing to use their groups to send these messages, and they want to continue using the groups, like the WhatsApp groups that we have normally. So that is their main place where they're engaging with a lot of these, or a lot of their students. So with that as a problem statement, we have gotten this from a lot of NGOs. So we thought of, so we started building things. So what we have built is, we're calling this WhatsApp groups automation. I'll quickly show what is the overview of the solution. So in this solution, what we have done, like in the previous, to enable one-on-one conversations, we had integrated with Gupshup as the intermediary. Uh, we did some research, and we found a third-party integration for Glific. So this third-party integration is called Metapi. So what this essentially does is, whatever message you create in Glyphic, it gets routed through Metapi to WhatsApp groups, and and whoever is in the WhatsApp groups, and then they receive the message. But yeah, the context here is, it is not the same number as your chatbot number. It's a different number that you have to link to another service called as Metapi, and we have to pay a subscription charge to Metapi. And then Metapi, this phone number that you have linked with this service Metapi, that gets linked with Glyphic, and then you can use the Glyphic interface to automate sending messages, receiving messages, getting whatever messages are coming in your all your groups, that is synced to a database, so you can get insights from the messages, and then you can schedule messages in advance. Suppose, like for the next 1 month, I have to send weekly reminder to complete activity A, B, C, and D. So you can schedule that message in advance, and it will get sent to the groups where your phone number is also added to that group. This is what this is what Metapi service does for us. You know how when you want to link your when you want to use WhatsApp web. So you open web.whatsapp, and then you scan, you open your phone and you scan the QR code. And then the WhatsApp web starts coming from your laptop, or from wherever from your laptop. So essentially, Metapi, what they do is they create a virtual WhatsApp web environment for your you can link any phone number. They create a virtual WhatsApp web environment, and then whatever you want to do, you want to send message, you want to receive all the messages, all those actions are taking place, and they have deployed a code which does the web scraping from your WhatsApp web interface. But without going a lot into this detail, if anyone has questions, we can talk more details about this. But all these details are abstracted away. You don't have to worry about this thing. But what we are able to do now is, um, you have a chatbot number, but if you want to add a number in groups, you can take any other phone number, any SIM card. It can be your personal SIM card to get started, or it can be your organization phone number that you can take. You can then add this phone number to all the groups that you have, and then link this phone number to Metapi. And then the linkage from the Metapi can be made to Glyphic, so that we can then achieve things like sending or receiving messages and media, scheduling messages, and getting the insights from the conversations that are happening inside the groups. Before I go ahead, is there any questions? Because the next bit of it is the demo.
Yes, Tejas, there's a question from Arun that does that number be WABA linked?
Yeah. So Arun, the number which is part of the groups, that will not be WABA linked. That has to be a separate number. If the number is WABA linked, then it cannot be added to groups.
Okay,
Uh,
Tejas. So I'm sorry if anyone is speaking.
No, please go ahead, Naveen.
So I just want to understand how MateAPI is like providing the service. Like we are using Gupshup as a business service provider, right? Right now, when you shared the second screen, in that um, in place of Gupshup, the third party API was Mate API,
Correct.
right? So is it a second business service provider if I do not want Gupshup as a uh, business service provider, then shall I use Mate API? Because this is also having a separate costing, right?
Correct.
Right.
So this is not a business service provider. Business service provider is like a term given by Meta to certain people that are using WABA, the WhatsApp Business API, like the WhatsApp chatbot. So, like WhatsApp and chatbot, by design, they don't like like so WhatsApp business is like a WhatsApp का सर्विस राइट उनका एक बिजनेस उन्होंने क्रिएट किया है कि आप या तो WhatsApp पर्सनल यूज कर सकते हैं या तो WhatsApp फॉर बिजनेस यूज कर सकते हैं या फिर आप WhatsApp बिजनेस एपीआई यूज कर सकते हैं तो उन्होंने ये WhatsApp का इकोसिस्टम है बट उन्होंने WhatsApp ने ग्रुप्स में बॉट वो चाहते हैं कि कोई भी ग्रुप्स में कोई चैट बॉट ना आए तो तो हम ये जो मेटापी जो सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रही है ये व्हाट्सएप का व्हाट्सएप से एक्रीडेट मतलब व्हाट्सएप से इनका कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है बेसिकली इन्होंने एक अपना अलग से सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया है जिसमें जिससे कि आप जिससे आप लिंक करके आप ग्रुप्स में मैसेजेस कर सकते हैं
So one interlink number will be there that will be like added to either Gupshup or Glific that will serve as an entry point into the groups, right?
या गपशप से वो लिंक नहीं होगा वो मेट एपी से लिंक होगा मेट एपी से हम ग्राफिक में लिंक करेंगे और फिर तो एंड ये नंबर आपके वाबा के नंबर से अलग रहेगा
That's what I'm not understanding क्योंकि बिजनेस सर्विस प्रोवाइडर स्टिल Gupshup ही है but MateAPI is coming into the picture and how it forward the messages to the WhatsApp group because the BSP is not here. That's what I am getting confused. Is it replacing GupShup? That's why I asked you that previous question. Is it replacing the GupShup or how it work with GupShup? Because
इट डज नॉट
without that service, we cannot send and receive the messages, right?
सो बेसिक कॉन्टेक्स्ट ये दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं आपका
Yeah,
चैट
that I got it.
आपका चैटबॉट का नंबर अलग रहेगा वो इसमें से उसका कोई भी इस पे इम्पैक्ट नहीं करेगा तो ये आपका चैटबॉट का नंबर हमेशा अलग रहेगा अगर आपको आपके ग्रुप्स में भी मैसेजेस भेजना है शेड्यूल करके या फिर मल्टीपल ग्रुप्स में एक साथ भेजना है ग्रुप से मैसेजेस जो भी आ रहे हैं तो आपको एक दूसरा नंबर लेना पड़ेगा हम उस दूसरे नंबर को मेटापी से हम कनेक्ट करेंगे ये गपशप व्हाट्सएप इन सब से पूरा अलग है ये एक दूसरा सर्विस है जो कि व्हाट्सएप ऑफिशियली इसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं करता है व्हाट्सएप के अकॉर्डिंग ये नहीं होना चाहिए अगर
I got it. I got that. That's what you guys are like finding another way. But में मेरे को गपशप का एग्जिस्टेंस समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि क्योंकि गपशप के बिना हम मैसेज सेंड एंड रिसीव नहीं कर सकते, राइट? I'll just reiterate my question. Let's say कि मुझे क्लब में एंट्री करनी है छोड़ो उसको भी छोड़ देते हैं लाइक वावा आईडी वी हैव टू यूटिलाइज फॉर दिस चैटबॉट राइट सो गपशप है गपशप के अलावा भी एक दो हमारे पास सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हैं जिनका हम सर्विस यूटिलाइज करके चैटबॉट बना सकते हैं राइट सो
या
दे आर सेलेक्टेड वन सो हम अभी भी गपशप की सॉरी हम अभी भी व्हाट्सएप की सर्विसेज तो यूज कर रहे हैं दैट एजेंट शुड बी गपशप फॉर द एंट्री पॉइंट मेट
करेक्ट
एपी हाउ इट लाइक how it बेसिकली मैं आपको ये बताना चाहा कि हाउ इट कम्युनिकेट विद गपशप क्योंकि उसके बिना तो हम मैसेजेस सेंड रिसीव नहीं कर पाएंगे हाउ इट इन कम्युनिकेट विद गपशप क्योंकि वो आपने स्क्रीन में नहीं डाला है तो मेरे को वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि ये जो आर्किटेक्चर मेरे को दिख रहा है कि इसमें गपशप का कैसे how it will be integrating with Mate app?
Yeah, Naveen, it does not integrate with Meet.
Hello.
Gupshup. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
You are audible.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes, you are audible.
Purva.
हाँ कुणाल बताओ.
Okay. Sorry. Purva, if you want to speak, just raise your hand. Naveen, to answer your question, गपशप completely अलग है. अगर एंड द प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ये है कि अगर आपका कोई चैटबॉट है, अगर वाबा का जो नंबर है वो किसी ग्रुप्स में नहीं जा सकता, तो हमें अगर आपको किसी दूसरे नंबर को ग्रुप्स में यूज करना है, तो इसलिए हमें मेट एपी का सर्विस हम यूज कर रहे हैं. सो आप इस तरह से सोचिए कि ये दोनों कंप्लीटली अलग अलग सर्विसेज हैं.
हाँ, आई एम सो सॉरी तेजस की थोड़ा टाइम लग रहा है, बट मैं शायद क्वेश्चन आपको समझा नहीं पा रहा हूँ.
Naveen, can we do this offline? I'll connect with
Later, that's what I just want to say. We'll connect later for this.
you. ठीक.
Can I try to
Ayush
answer
na?
and like very
Yeah,
quick?
Tejas, I just wanted to know if there is a limit to how many users can be added to these WhatsApp groups.
So within one group, I think the limit is about 250 and that limit is specified, still controlled by WhatsApp.
Okay, not more than 250.
Yeah, I mean, so whatever, like whenever WhatsApp decides to increase that limit or whatever is the present WhatsApp limit, from what I remember, it's about 252 people you can add to a group. Yeah,
Somebody has commented 1024.
yeah. So whatever is the limit of people in the WhatsApp group, that many you can add. But you can again, like, so what's the solution is that you create more number of groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and when the groups keep on increasing and you have to do the same thing in multiple groups, that's
Yeah.
where the problem comes into picture, that there's a lot of manual work.
Yeah. So if we create different groups also, can we automate the same messages to all these? Like, for example, 5 groups of 250 people, can we send the same messages to all of them?
Yeah, that is the use case. That
Okay.
is,
All right. Thank you.
yeah. So where that is exactly the use case. I'll go into the demo a bit now. I think that will give you guys more clarity. Yeah, but before that, one more question we can take and then we can go into the, yeah. Yeah, Vishwa, go ahead.
Yeah, these are just two questions. One, in your previous slide, you mentioned virtual number. Why did you use that word? One, is it something that the number would not be visible to other team members in the group? Is it something related to that? The motivation to use the word virtual. So
Yeah.
that's the first question.
So I've air quoted the virtual number. It's because this number you link to your to the MateAppy account. Essentially, this number is think of this number as like the agent, which is like reading all the messages and storing into a database. And you're using when you schedule a message in advance, you use the message will come through this number. But it doesn't have to be virtual number. It, for all intents and purposes, it can be your personal number also.
And the rest of the team member would be able to see, would be able to know that we have added this number, right?
Yeah. It's like so.
Normal number.
Correct. It'll be like a normal number. Many organizations like have 2-3 extra numbers for their team
Yeah,
members
which
to
they use.
use.
Yeah. I got my answer. Second is not a question for this. To be answered on this call. Tejas, can you just share the how we have the Gupshup and WhatsApp cost calculation कैसे होता है? I remember Sangeeta or Krishna shared that calculation sheet with us. If you have anything around this, like MateAppy and MateAppy ka costing calculation, can you share that later on?
Yeah, I'll share. But essentially, like MateAppy has like a fixed fees per month, and you can send as many messages you want. So it's like
Okay.
$30 per phone number per month, and you can link up to 3 phone numbers to an account. So
Okay, ठीक है.
so it's like if you decide to use this thing, it's like $30 per month you have to pay upfront to MateAppy.
And it's a cap, $30, whatever you do and how many
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
if you use, you can use how much ever you want, but
Great.
it's $30. Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. So let's do a demo. Sorry. Also like काफी सारे लोग हिंदी में उनका रिक्वेस्ट था कि हिंदी में हम पूछे, तो अगर आपको भी कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो प्लीज हेजिटेट मत कीजिए, आप पूछ लीजिए हाथ ऊपर करके. बट आई विल जस्ट क्विकली डू लाइक डेमो नाउ. And yeah, so in the demo what we'll do, I will share मैं आपको ये 2 ग्रुप इनविटेशन लिंक्स भेजूंगा. एंड फिर तो आप सो व्हाट वी कैन सी इज लाइक आप लोग 2 अलग अलग ग्रुप्स में रहेंगे. एंड इन 2 ग्रुप से we will try to schedule messages, and whatever messages you are sending, like we'll see if we are able to receive it in our Glific platform. So essentially, like this is what the Glific platform. Okay, once you are joining, once you join, you can just come back to this chat and you can type back. Kiran, you can join both the groups if you want. You can join any one of the groups also. But the idea is like I want to show that like we can send like multiple, like like same message to multiple groups like in one shot. Okay. So I'll let's take 2 minutes. Once you're back, once you have joined any one of or both the groups, you can come back here and type a back, so that I can then explain more about the like what it will be like on the interface and things like that. Yeah. Okay.
Tejas,
Thank you.
can you share this link on the WhatsApp group where our community is there, Glific community?
Sure. Oh, by the way, like, can you guys see the Glyphic platform as on my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, this is what I think you are already used to seeing: chats, flows, quick tools, and notification, manage the things. But once we so if you if you tell us that you want to start using groups automation, what we will do is we will enable this so that you can get this WhatsApp groups automation thing. Right now also in your settings, okay, right now I can't see the settings over here, I don't have the permission, but in your settings you can see MateAPI as a provider, and then you can add your details and enable the connection, so that then you can start using WhatsApp groups as a feature. So immediately what you can see is like there's a phone number linked so the phone number, this is the phone number which you will see in the common in the WhatsApp groups. This is the phone number which is linked to the group that you are in. It's called 8657048983. And and you can link up to 3 phone numbers. So like you can see all the phone numbers that are linked to your MateAPI, and then all the groups that are associated with that phone number by like clicking over here. There's a button called sync. So every time a new member gets added to the group, or this phone number gets added to new groups, so you can like manually like do a quick refresh and that kind of see. So right now also, so I think some of you have joined group 2 for showcase, some of you have joined group 1. So like I can see all the details of the people who are joined over here. And then there's a showcase group, which is which is
Please speak in English. Sorry, speak in English, Hindi.
हाँ. ओके. तो जब एक बार तो ये ग्लिफिक इंटरफेस पे ऐसा दिखता है. एंड आप इस इंटरफेस से ये फोन नंबर है जो दोनों सारे ग्रुप्स में कॉमन है, यहाँ पे जो आप टॉप राइट में देख रहे हैं. तो अभी मैंने इसको सिलेक्ट किया है ताकि मैं देख सकूँ कि ये वाला फोन नंबर कौन कौन से ग्रुप्स हैं जो इस वाले फोन नंबर से एसोसिएटेड हैं, एंड उन ग्रुप्स में क्या क्या एक्टिविटी हो रहा है, और उन ग्रुप्स में कौन कौन लोग हैं. तो अभी ग्रुप 2 फॉर शोकेस में मैं जाके देखूंगा ग्रुप डिटेल्स में, तो इतने अभी ये सारे लोग ज्वाइन किए हुए हैं यहाँ पे. एंड इफ आई डू सिंक बटन दबाया तो जस्ट मैनुअली रिफ्रेश कर देगा एंड आई विल स्टार्ट गेटिंग सो ओवर हियर ऑलरेडी आई एम सीइंग कि सॉरी मैं सॉरी इंग्लिश में चला गया. हाँ, तो जो भी फिर जो भी एक्टिविटी हो रही रहेगी आपके ग्रुप्स में, आपको यहाँ से दिख जाएगी. बट हमें अभी 3 मेन चीजें आपको मैं शोकेस करना चाहता हूँ. एक कि आप एक ही बार में एक मैसेज आप 2-3 ग्रुप्स में साथ में कैसे भेज सकते हैं. दूसरा, आप यही चीज आप शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं पहले से ही, अगर आपको पता है कि हमें ये मैसेज एक हफ्ते बाद में भेजना है, सो हम कैसे शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं. एंड तीसरा, वो इसके बाद में दिखाऊंगा कि इसके बाद अगर इसमें से जो भी हमको इनसाइट्स या फिर जो हमें डेटा चाहिए रहेगा वो कैसे दिखेगा. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे भी मैसेज करेंगे तो मैसेज आते जाएगा. तो हमने इसमें ये तो फर्स्ट मैं आपको एक चीज दिखा रहा हूँ कि जो है ग्रुप कलेक्शंस. तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि हम जो मल्टीपल ग्रुप्स हैं, जो सिमिलर ग्रुप्स हैं, हम उनको एक कलेक्शन में हम बांध सकते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अभी जैसे मैंने शोकेस, अभी जो हम शोकेस कर रहे हैं, अच्छा हम लेवल अप बोलते हैं इसको, लेवल अप के लिए हमने एक कलेक्शन बना दिया जिसमें हम दो ग्रुप्स डाल देंगे जो कि कॉमन है. अभी जो लेवल अप में हमने अभी ज्वाइन किया, तो ये मैंने एक कलेक्शन बनाया है ना, अभी इसमें मैं ग्रुप्स ऐड कर दूंगा. तो ये मैंने सेलेक्ट किया और ये दूसरा मैंने ऐड कर दिया. सो अभी इस कलेक्शन में इस कलेक्शन जैसे अभी आप देख सकते हैं इसके अलग अलग कलेक्शंस आप बना सकते हैं. अगर आपका फॉर एग्जांपल स्नेहा की टीम में हो सकता है भिवंडी में कुछ ग्रुप्स हो, या फिर मुंबई में कुछ और ग्रुप्स हो, या फिर भिवंडी के अंदर ऑलरेडी प्रेग्नेंट मदर्स के कुछ ग्रुप्स हो, या फिर जिनका बेबी ऑलरेडी है उनके अलग ग्रुप्स हो. तो आप उनको अलग ग्रुप्स में बना के आप अलग अलग कलेक्शन बना के आप फिर उसमें अलग से मैसेज कर सकते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अभी ये एक कलेक्शन आ गया है जिसमें 2 ग्रुप हैं बस. तो अब मुझे क्या करना है कि अभी मैं यहाँ पे कलेक्शन में जाऊंगा तो मुझे ये कलेक्शन दिखने लगा. तो अभी मैं यहाँ पे जो भी मैसेज भेजूंगा वो आप सब लोगों को एक दोनों ग्रुप्स में जाएगा, सिर्फ एक ही जगह से. मैंने एक जगह भेजा एंड आपको वो दोनों जगह दोनों ग्रुप्स में आ जाना चाहिए अभी. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट बिट कि आप मतलब आपको, अगर आपको आपके पास ऑलरेडी 50 ग्रुप से उनका आपने उनको एक कलेक्शन में डाल दिया, और अगर आपको आपको पता है कि मुझे इंस्टेंटली अभी कुछ मैसेज करना है, तो सिमिलरली वी कैन डू फॉर अटैचमेंट ऑल्सो. कि मैंने कोई अपना, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग एन एग्जांपल यहाँ पे. मैंने एक ये वाला मुझे ये वाला स्क्रीनशॉट या फिर मुझे ये वाला इमेज भेजना है, एंड सेम थिंग बिल्कुल इमेज, ऑडियो, वीडियो, डॉक्यूमेंट, हम ये वाले सारी चीज़ें भेज सकते हैं जो भी हम नॉर्मल ग्लिफिक से भेज सकते हैं. ये मैंने इसको ऐड किया और ये मैंने इस कलेक्शन में सेंड कर दिया. तो अभी फॉर एग्जांपल मतलब ये कोई एग्जांपल ही था, तो ये आप सबको दोनों ग्रुप्स में एक साथ मिल जाना चाहिए. राइट. तो अभी आपको ये वाला मैसेज भी आ गया दूसरे दोनों ग्रुप्स में एक साथ.
Yes, Tejas. We got
सो
it.
सो वन फ्रॉम वन एक्शन वी कैन डू, मतलब अगर आप अभी तो 2 ग्रुप्स हैं, बट इफ वी डू इट अक्रॉस मल्टीपल ग्रुप्स, देन वी स्टार्ट. एंड जो भी आप मैसेजेस भेज रहे हैं यहाँ पे, ऑल दैट इज गेटिंग सिंक्ड इन द डेटाबेस, सो दैट अगर 50-60 ग्रुप्स में अगर कुछ एक्टिविटीज चल रहा है आपका, तो उन सारे एक्टिविटीज या फिर जो भी मैसेज कर रहा है, क्या मैसेज कर रहा है, उन सारा उसका डेटाबेस में हम वो आता जाएगा. फिर उसके बाद में हम उसका एटलीस्ट हाई लेवल पे हम एंगेजमेंट देख सकते हैं, कितने यूनिक लोगों ने मैसेज किया, कितने लोगों ने मैसेज नहीं किया. सो ऑल दोज डिटेल्स वी कैन सी, बट आई विल गेट टू दैट लेटर. अभी सेकेंड चीज मैं दिखाना चाहूंगा विच इज द ट्रिगर्स. कि अभी अगर आपको किसी चीज को एडवांस में शेड्यूल करना है, तो हम ग्लिफिक में जाते हैं कि हम फ्लोस क्रिएट करते हैं, फिर उन्हें ट्रिगर करते हैं. फिलहाल सेम प्रोसेस हमें यहाँ पे भी करना पड़ेगा. पहले हमें एक फ्लो क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. अभी के लिए आप ये समझ लीजिए कि आप एक एक मैसेज डाल सकते हैं ग्रुप में, राइट. एंड ग्रुप का कुछ कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होता है. आप ग्रुप में बटन्स वाले मैसेज नहीं डाल सकते। आप ग्रुप में जब कॉन्वर्जेशन हो रहा है, जैसे एक मैसेज आया, फिर उसका रिस्पॉन्स आपने वेट किया, फिर दूसरा मैसेज आया, तो वैसा नहीं हो सकता। फिलहाल के लिए ग्रुप को शेड्यूल करने के लिए हम सिर्फ एक मैसेज कर सकते हैं। तो आपको सिर्फ एक ऐसा फ्लो बनाना रहेगा जिसमें कि एक मैसेज का नोड है बस। तो आपने ये बना लिया, ये पब्लिश किया, और अब मैं इस मैसेज को मैं शेड्यूल कर सकता हूँ ट्रिगर्स यूज करके। तो मैं ट्रिगर्स में गया, मैंने क्रिएट किया। आई विल सिलेक्ट द फ्लो नेम। अभी ये वार्निंग इसलिए आ रहा है क्योंकि आई थिंक जस्ट यू कैन इग्नोर दिस वार्निंग फॉर नाउ, बिकॉज HSM टेम्पलेट का हमें वाबा के लिए ज़रूरत रहता है, इसमें HSM टेम्पलेट का ज़रूरत नहीं, बिकॉज ये ग्रुप्स में है। तो यू कैन इग्नोर दिस वार्निंग इफ़ यू आर यूजिंग इट फॉर ग्रुप्स। अभी मैं जल्दी से 2345 का ट्रिगर करता हूँ। और यहाँ पे मुझे सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स। ये वाबा कलेक्शन नहीं है, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप का कलेक्शन है। तो मैं यहाँ पे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स कलेक्शन सिलेक्ट करूंगा, और मैं यहाँ पे कलेक्शन का नाम सेलेक्ट करूंगा, मतलब कलेक्शंस, एंड सेव। तो ये आपको यहाँ पे दिख जाना चाहिए। ये अगले 3 मिनट में आपको शेड्यूल्ड मैसेज आएगा। सो let's wait for 3 minutes, but before we go ahead, does anyone have any questions on this what I showed so far?
सर ये चीजें एंड्रॉइड में कैसे दिखाई देगी, क्या आप इसमें दिखा सकते हो?
एंड्रॉयड नहीं, तो ये आपका ग्लिफिक का आप आई एम सॉरी, आप स्नेहा की टीम से हैं, राइट?
जी सर।
हाँ, तो स्नेहा के पास ये ग्लिफिक का उन्होंने अपना ऐप बनाया हुआ है। तो अगर आपको ये यूज करना है तो आपको आपके लैपटॉप से ही आप यूज कर पाओगे। अगर आपको एज एन एडमिन आपको ग्रुप्स मैनेज करना है ऑटोमेट करके, तो आपको आपके ग्लिफिक के अकाउंट में लॉगिन करना पड़ेगा। और आप फिर आपको यहाँ पे फ्लोज बना के, या फिर यहाँ पे आप इस तरह से कर सकते हैं। ये फोन पे तो व्हाट्सएप जैसा दिखता है वैसा ही दिखेगा। जब आप इससे रिसीव कर रहे होंगे मैसेज, तो फोन पे आप जैसे व्हाट्सएप में नॉर्मली रिसीव करते हैं वो वैसा ही दिखेगा।
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू।
सर मेरा एक सवाल था कि
जी
जैसे भी आपने कहा कि ये हमें हमारे लैपटॉप से ही इसको लॉगिन करना पड़ेगा। तो
जी।
बेसिकली अभी तक हम लोग क्या करते थे कि जैसे आपने पहले बताया ना कि वहाँ पे स्कैनर से उस पे लैपटॉप पे हम लोग देखते थे। तो क्या इसको अलग से कुछ वेब है क्या जो डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, आपको सॉरी, आपने क्या लास्ट सेंटेंस क्या बोला आपने?
मैंने बोला कि इसके पहले हम लोग हमारा जो मोबाइल का स्क्रीन है हम लोग वहाँ पर उसको वहाँ पर स्क्रीन करके वहाँ पे डालते थे, स्कैन कर लेते थे स्कैनर,
अच्छा।
और वो
हाँ
लैपटॉप पे लगता था। तो अभी इसके उसी से करना है या इसके लिए कुछ अलग ऐप है जो हम लोग डेस्कटॉप पे इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा ऐसा कुछ?
हाँ, तो नहीं, आपको अलग से कोई ऐप नहीं इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा। आपकी टीम में ऑलरेडी कुछ लोग हैं जिनको ग्लिफिक अकाउंट का एक्सेस है। तो आप उनसे एक्सेस ले सकते हैं। तो आपको अलग से ऐप कुछ नहीं डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा आपको। जैसे मैं यहाँ पे prod.glific.com पे जाके ये चीज़ को एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ, वैसे ही आप sneha.glific.com पे अगर आप जाएंगे तो आप भी ये सारा चीज़ आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
कोई बात नहीं, थैंक यू, वेलकम। प्लीज सर बुलाने की जरूरत नहीं है।
तेजस, एक सवाल मेरा भी है।
जी
सो जो की पॉइंट है वो यहाँ पर कलेक्शन रहेगा। लेट्स से वी आर मैनेजिंग 50 डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स, एंड in these 50 groups, like sometime all the 50 groups has to be collected in one collection, and sometime let's say 10 का हमने 5 अलग से collection भी बना दिए, तो that I think we have to manage, right? Then
करेक्ट
only we
करेक्ट
can use this feature.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट
Okay, okay.
करेक्ट।
It is a very basic question, but we'll be able to change the name of the bot, right? From Glific WhatsApp to say Indus Action, something like that.
Yeah. So the name of the bot you can keep whatever you want. Basically, it's not the name of the bot. Basically, this name is when we go into our WhatsApp settings, right? And you give yourself some name. So it's that name. So you can keep whatever name you want.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So yeah. So essentially, like so the onboarding steps are key. You should have a number. On that number you should install the WhatsApp ka app, and when you start using the WhatsApp ka app, then that time you have to give your like your give it some name, like whose account is this. So that time you can give it whatever name you want, and it's like normal like just installing WhatsApp on any phone number.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
One
So
more
what will
question,
a flow
Tejas.
look like?
Uh,
Yeah.
I think somebody is asking question. Then I'll
Yeah.
go after.
Maybe you can raise your hand and yeah. So essentially, I just wanted to say like, okay, ये message भी आ गया है. So essentially, demo is over there. But yeah, we can take some questions now. Yeah, Ayushna, and then we can go to Saturday actors. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tejas, like you explained, if you're scheduling, if we trigger a scheduled message, then it cannot be like a flow. It'll be just one message at a time. But can we use like a time gap or something? Like if we have scheduled a message for say like 3:45 right now, whatever the user replies after 10 minutes, can the reply be automated, or can it be a follow-up message like we usually use in flows?
You can't, like right now you can't. Right now you can just add one message. So if you want to add like two message after like let's say 10 minutes or 15 minutes gap, you'll just have to create two flows right now. But if
Okay.
once you start using it and you're like you try it out a couple of times and you're starting to use it, if you feel like okay, this should be doable, this is a problem that we are facing, in which
Hmm.
case we are open to exploring ki okay like what solves the problem, what makes it more easier. But
Hmm.
right now you can't. Right now, if I would say like right now 10 minutes like like create another flow with one message and
Hmm.
schedule that after 10 minutes.
All right. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Yeah, Saturday at class.
Yeah, hi Tejas. So I just wanted to know that what is included in the features of the group. For example, you said that you cannot select a single message and reply to it like how usually we do it in our WhatsApp chats, right? So there are certain things like raising polls. So we can do that normally on a WhatsApp chat, but are we able to do it now? Are we able to send videos? How does it work? Because I could see that you've sent an image, so image is not a problem. But what
Yeah.
about videos or raising polls?
Yeah, so sending media is not a problem. Scheduling media is not a problem. But right now we can't create polls from here in multiple groups. Polls के लिए again we have to use जैसे whoever has that WhatsApp number, they will have to create the polls in the groups.
Okay.
Yeah, but like we are open to exploring if it's possible and things like that. But like our request is like if you start using it at least for sending and scheduling messages, if that reduces like 30-40% of your job or work, makes it more efficient, and then if you feel
Mhm.
like okay, we are doing this also which will help it, we are open to exploring and figuring out how can that be solved.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Navi.
So Tejas, the question was like, till now we have done automation of the groups, but anywhere we have to do any configuration in Mate APIs. So
I
that
mean,
part I think you have not covered here.
yeah. So onboarding on MateAppy, it's like you create an account, like you log in through your Google, you create an account, and you just scan that QR code, and like how you have to copy some details from MateAppy into your Glyphic account. So it's simple. There's a documentation for that. After this thing, I can share it with you. But yeah, you don't have to do a lot of details in MateAppy. It's like 3-4 step at max.
Okay, will it require some subscription cost for doing that?
So you can try it for free for 3 days. And you can keep using different Gmail accounts to log in. So you can keep trying for free for a long time. But only thing is like after every 3 days, then your entire data is scrapped and then you have to use another. So it's like for a trial period of 3 days, you can do a lot of trials without really needing to purchase it. So for example, like first I can log in with my account, copy the details and use it. Then you can log in with your account. And if all of us are in the same group, then we can continue to use that. We can continue to try it. Glyphic platform may everyone can access it. But yeah, that's how we can go about it. Like in terms of like if you want to try it before actually spending money to purchase and use it, like in a long term way.
Sure, Tejas, and please share the costing analysis also for Mate Happy.
Yeah, ठीक है.
Yeah, thank you.
Tejas, there was a question from Arun that like how will flows look like in the group? So it will look like the same way like as it is looking on the phone, right?
Yeah, so Arun, like I said, there won't be like you can't have like consequent messages right now, or you can only schedule one message in advance. For groups, one only the first message will go. Even if you create like multiple messages, right now the first whatever is the first message that will go, and nothing else will happen after that. So first message only right now. So for it's not good to use the term flows for groups because this essentially just one message that we are sending. But we're using the same like principles as like, okay, flows is like where the messages are, whatever you have stored are there. You can program messages in advance. So there will not be back and forth happening. You can schedule one message in advance. That's all you can do right now.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Arushi. Yeah, Arushi, and then we can go to Ayushna. And then if anyone has any question, please raise your hand or you can put it in the chat box.
Sure. Hi, Tejas.
Hi.
Firstly, a great product and a great demonstration. I work at Hakdarshak. It's a social impact firm. We deal in government scheme delivery and their application and all of that. I'm sure a lot of people might have already reached out to you for some sort of collaboration. Anyway, I just heard this one thing. Just let me know if it's the correct understanding. Currently, if I'm sharing a particular message, and if I say want a CTA attached with it, in order to know, say, the number of CTRs, right, we are getting on that particular CTA, will that it's currently not possible, right? That's what you said.
To get the number of what? Like let's suppose you
Click
share
through
link
rates. Yeah. So for instance, if I shared, say, a description along with, say, a call to action about, for certain application request. I'm just hypothetically speaking here. So some sort of, call to action I want to add to a message that I'm sending to, say, my customers, okay? And like in groups, like we just discussed. So in that situation, will it be possible to have that call to action along with the text message?
So by that you mean a link?
Yeah, link that can redirect the customer to a certain.
Yeah. Like I mean, just think of it as like, okay, you can send any type of text message you can send.
Okay.
Only thing we can send is like the interactive messages and polls right now.
Okay,
But
got
that
it.
you can send or schedule it. I mean, or you can send through your personal phones. Like so, you have to go to the phone, like in the WhatsApp UI, and then create it and send.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if say for instance, so we happen to have a Yojana card and say if we
Yeah.
want to create, we want to know the traction that the Yojana card has and we have a message along with which there is a call to action that says request for a Yojana card. And if I want to send that to a particular group.
Yeah.
So will the request to Yojana card button work for all the members of the group and redirect them to a page where they can enter certain details and place a request?
Like I said, button won't work. You can, if you have a link, then that you can send. Like as a normal text message that you send, text message at the link at the end or link at the top, wherever.
Got it. As a part of the text message is what you're saying.
Yeah. You can't have a button. Yeah.
You can, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Yeah. Thanks. I think that was my question. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Tejas. I was thinking like as maximum of participants are there and we have very few minutes left, I'll sharing the poll for the feedback, and they can spend one time of sending that, and you can also take a rest for a minute and they can again post their questions. So yeah, a break for a minute, and I would request everyone to uh
Yeah, you are releasing the.
yeah, I've released it. Are everybody able to see that? Can you please confirm on the chat window, like any one or two of you? Yeah. Can you quickly spare a minute and then continue with the questions? That would be helpful.
If you're done with the poll, you can maybe just let us know done. And I'll just get through the last two bits of the presentation so you can, if there are any questions that if that gets answered in that, then we can, yeah, then we can quickly go over to the.
Tejas, you're on mute.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I mean, I thought I'll just quickly run through, like like the insights bit of it, and then we can take questions. And we can also continue, like I can continue to take your questions on the groups that we have shared, and we can keep the groups active for like a day, and then tomorrow we can all exit that group, and we'll close that group so that it's not adding to your nightmare of groups already. Cool. I'll quickly like come back. So one of the main things is also like when the number of groups is a lot, like a lot, like when like about anything about 10-15, and then just understanding the group dynamics, who's interacting, who is not, becomes really difficult. So essentially, this is like an example of the dashboard that we want to that we can put together by the end of it. Once you have a steady stream of information flowing in from your groups to your database. So like what's the total number of WhatsApp groups? How many total number of members in all the WhatsApp groups combined, distinct members? And out of the distinct members who are sending you messages, so like who are more engaged. Again, like this is right now is showing from a student's perspective because we put this together for Avanti fellows as like the initial thing, but then it can obviously like the headers and all those things can be changed. But yeah, like essentially like and again these are and more metrics can be extracted based on what is it that you are actually looking to find out from your engagement. But yeah, so like a like a view of how many members are there in each group, like which gives you like a more visual representation of the strength of the community in some area or in some geography. And then yeah, something like inbound outbound messages, so like just showing like, okay, how is that a decent ratio of like like people interacting on your groups. And then just also like some insights into like the how many media is being exchanged. So especially for Avanti fellows, media is like a proxy for have the students completed their work and shared. So essentially, like, that's what we are, they're able to understand, okay, within that 1 week, how many times some media file was received. So that gives them an idea about, like, okay, how many students are actually finishing and submitting, even though sometimes it may seem like a lot is happening, but then yeah. So essentially, this is what the like analytics, and these are the example analytics. We can probably have more depending on what is it that your specific use case requires. Right now we are onboarding users, I mean orgs like yourselves, to like like, we want you guys to try it out. So try the free trial, free version of it, and like, if you want to try it first, obviously you'll have to reach out to us. We'll enable it for you, and then we'll share the documentation, and then you'll have to follow the documentation to just do the meet happy. But I can help you to figure out how you can do free trial for as long as possible, to simulate like different experiments, whatever you may have to do according to your use case. And see if we can, see if you see it adding value to your organization. We would like you to like to experiment for, like, let's say 15-20 days, 1 month, and then decide whether you want to use it or no. And by that we mean, like, take a MateAPI subscription so that we can start scaling the product for you. And in the upcoming features, we have like, we'll link to data showing actual data, and then some, like, seeing like what can we do to kind of like, there are things that you might want to do, like automated reactions or like things like that. So that one. And one major thing is like moderation, summarization, sentiment analysis. So whatever we can do by like reading all the information that's coming from groups, and like having LLMs kind of like work on that and give you insights on your dashboard, saying, look, last week the major activity was related to like maths, or like topic of arithmetic not being understood. So anything like that, and it can, I'm just abstracting it for Avanti fellows, but for your case it can be something else. So this is what we are hoping to work on next, depending on how the usage takes up. So yeah, like a quick call to action to you, for everyone who's joined here. If you're interested to use this, please reach out to me, or please respond in like, yeah, you reach out to me, and we'll enable this for you, and happy to kind of like help you to try it out, and yeah, put together a few experiments that will determine the Kiran, I will share you yeah, so on the Glific platform, I can share you the documentation, and that should help you, Kiran. Like, yeah. So yeah, like quickly, like now I think we can take any questions. Like, we can maybe like spend 2-3 minutes extra if you have any questions, and then the rest of the questions we can take in the groups, just because being respectful of everyone's time. Ayushna, you had a question?
Yeah, hi Tejas. I think I'm not sure if you already shared about this because I lost my connection in the middle somewhere. But I was just curious if we can track individual users because we tend to take a lot of submissions through images and videos. So will we be able to track who has submitted what in these groups?
Yeah, I mean, like, so essentially, like, at the end of the day, you want to know, like, out of the 100 students that I had, you want in some way, like, okay, these 50 have submitted something and this is what they have done,
Yeah.
and rest of the 50 have not. So who are those 50?
Yeah, and the 50 have submitted, what exactly it is that they have submitted. That also we'll be able to know, right?
Yeah. So that should be possible. That should be possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but these are some things, I mean, I'm confident we are possible, but we have not yet done it. So so it depends on, like, if you start using it, and if there's, like, like, once we get the stream of data coming in, then that's when we'll be able to figure out, like, okay, how exactly can we make it easier for you to then view that information and use it in the way that you want to use it. Okay, I think last 1 or 2 minutes, if there's any questions, I can take. Otherwise, I can share you. Yeah, like, let me also do one thing. Let me share with you all the documentation, which we'll share over email also. But right now, also on Glific platform, there is a documentation available for you to get this. Yes, Anurag, go ahead.
So Tejas, I just wanted to know that So for the onboarding, or the thing you're saying that we should try it out first and see if it will work for us or not. For that, we'll have to do that 3 days free thing, or there's any other option.
Yeah, the 3 days free thing is the option.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. I've shared the link to the documentation also. This like lists out all the steps that prerequisites, what are the steps, what is the cost involved, how you can, like you work inside this one. So this one is also I've shared, and yeah, so yeah, like I'll be looking forward to, like if any one of you want to use it, yeah, you can reach out to me. Yeah, I think also we are free to drop off if anyone wants to drop off, but I'm here if you want any questions answered. Yeah, Saturday at class. Yeah.
Yeah, so because you said it's not that we are talking about flows here because it's just one message that you're sending. Is there a possibility of translation? Because in flows we do have like Hindi and Marathi as an option. So here do we have that option to translate the message? Sorry, can't hear you.
Sorry, I was on
Yeah,
mute.
yeah.
So you can translate, but then like the end user for an experience, and what happens in a group is everyone gets the common message, right?
Right.
So essentially, like whatever is the default, like whatever language you put in the default language, that will feature. But when you send the message, like because it's a group, so so it won't happen like in a group you can like send one person, like as one person you can send one message, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, like even if you have translations of that message, whatever content you put in a default language, only that will be seen by the users.
Okay. So, for example, like for my educators, some are Marathi speaking, some are Hindi, some are English. So, if we are making separate groups in collections, is it
Correct.
possible then to send the
Correct.
messages?
Yeah, that is how we can do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Essentially. So essentially, like what you have to do is like you have to create 3 different collections and group those Marathi, Hindi, and this thing collections, and then you have to then create 3 different flows. One for like English, Hindi, and Marathi, and then schedule that in advance.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. Still here. If anyone has any questions, if not, we'll close in the next 1 minute.
Tejas, sorry, I missed it. I think the language bit, can you repeat it? So only one message, whichever language it is, they'll get only one message, right? Whatever language we are sending them.
Correct.
Okay.
So Swarupa, like think of like in how it works in a like when we send a message to a group. So everyone gets that common message only, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Like and in a group we don't know the language preference. We know the language preference because that's happening in VABA, where you know the preferences and you're storing it in some variable. But here it's like a group. It's completely different from VABA.
Got it. Understood.
So in that case, like for let's say for your case, Kannada teachers or Kannada parents and Hindi parents, you have to create like you have to have separate groups.
Groups and do it.
Put those separate group like the Kannada groups in one collection so that then you can send a Kannada message to all these people at the same time in one shot.
Understood. Got it. And one more, I think this is also repetitive, but
No
we
problem.
get 3 days to try this out before.
Yeah. So Metapi, what it does is you can try it as many times as you want.
Okay.
But the free trial is like 3 days. So like let's say like so suppose you have a common email ID. Like you can keep the phone number as same, but let's say you have a like so use different email IDs to log into Metapi.
Got it.
Yeah. So like suppose one time you logged in, you're using yours. You like Swarupa at KF. And next time you can use Sheetal's to log in, and then basically you have the same features for 3 days. Then you can link a phone number using that Google account, and then you can then do another such things.
Got it. Yeah, understood. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll close the session now. Thank you so much for staying extra and filling the form as well. Yeah, feel free to reach out if you need further help on Discord. I've also shared my email ID. So if anyone is new to Glyphic and would like to explore more, yeah, we can also figure out if we can chat one-on-one. Okay. Thank you all. I'll be closing the session now.
Yeah, thank you, Tejas, the
Yeah,
team.
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.